Hello, welcome to the Sphere IT podcast. My name is Peter Ratcliffe. I'll be your host today. We're recording live from the Insurtech Insights event in London, March 2024. And I've invited Matt to the podcast, someone that I met today. And I've heard lots of good things about this idea and product that's been developed over time. And I thought I'll let you guys all hear about it. So over to you, Matt. Tell me a little bit about your background and what you do and about your product.
Thanks, Peter. Pleasure meeting you as well, and happy being here. What we do and who we are. Basically, I come from a company called GenePlanet. We're a biotech company, which might sound strange for an Insurtech conference, but we have a lot in common with insurance. Our company's goal, mission, and vision is to help people with improving their health, well-being, their lifestyle. And I think we share those values, with the customers who buy insurance across life, protection, and health lines, and also with the insurance companies at the end.
I think it's interesting because bridging the gap like that, I've had these conversations before, that the customer should be centre of everything. And insurance isn't necessarily a sexy thing that I want to buy. It's something I have to have. So having a way to connect to that customer and added value is incredibly important. There are some companies out there that have done it extremely well, almost gamifying the experience of insurers, very valuable. But if you can start adding something else, something more wholesome to the experience, that's why I think when you're telling me about your product, it really got me excited. So can you tell me a little bit more about how you achieve what you're talking about with the customer?
Sure. Lots of the things which you mentioned, it's what we actually want to do. Engage customers, help them, support them. And how we do it, it's in a kind of a unique way, because let's say we use as much objective data as we can. And it all starts with us, let's say, with DNA testing, with our genetic predispositions. Why? Because, let's say, as people, we are 99.9% identical. This is why we have 2 hands, 5 fingers, and a pair of eyes. But we are also different. We say different hair color, eye color, skin color. But there's lots of differences. There's 0.1% of the genetics, which we don't see. How we metabolize food, how we are in terms of sports predispositions, also in terms of some disease predispositions. And this is where we actually want to empower people, identify your personal unique needs, and then start a journey of improving those elements that can really benefit you in the long term.
Brilliant. So how do people interact with your platform? Where do they start? How does that relationship begin?
Yeah. For the clients, it's simple. It's a very scalable solution, which is easy to do. Working together with insurance, we usually bundle our service as a value-added service, which is offered to clients regardless of a claim. And we bundle this with life policies, term life, critical illness, health policies, protection policies. And once we have a list of eligible people, so thousands of people who are eligible to the service, it starts that we send them a special DNA testing set, a kit to their home address. It's a 5-minute process, creating an account on our secure platform, which holds all the data and the results and recommendations. They give a sample, which takes 1 or 2 minutes, return the sample in a prepaid, pre-addressed envelope, and pretty much, they're ready to go.
To rock and roll. So, obviously, the ethical side of it, when you're looking at having a person's DNA data, sounds a tricky sell. But what we've got to be clear about is this data is not being used for underwriting.
Yeah.
This is an added value to help you be a better person.
Exactly.
Nothing more.
Exactly. So this distinction is also very clear. First thing, we don't share any DNA data or DNA results with any third parties, especially not insurance companies. It's also due to the legislation in Europe and other countries, it's forbidden to use this kind of data for underwriting in most cases. But the key thing is we can help with those data to the individual. And at the end, if the individual makes changes, it's a win-win situation for all involved.
Sure. So the application of it in real terms, it seems that the product could evolve to be something holistic, from understanding the dietary nutrition requirements to how fit someone needs to be. There's quite a few little dimensions that you could focus on. The core platform today, what are the core areas it focuses on? And then what's the roadmap look like in the future?
So that's also a little bit part of the evolution which we had so far. So we started 15 years ago with DNA testing, which at that point was like a one-time off, just providing a PDF or a static report of, 30 analysis. Now, what this brought us today, we have like a more engaging digital platform with different DNA types. So, for example, sports and nutrition, around 100 elements of, metabolism of iron, sports predispositions, sleeping patterns, and so on. To which we then add additional elements of the current status. So we have developed a proprietary health score, which is then analyzing my day-to-day habits via trackers, questionnaires, lifestyle assessment. We have an additional layer of blood biomarker interpretation, meaning that the current status of your blood, which is changing, is also coming into the whole computation and analysis. And based on all this information, now what is the next step, let's say for the next 6 months, is really making this as actionable as possible. We're unique personalized training plans, meal scanning. So essentially we're going to be able to go to a restaurant, have 5 daily menus, and we're going to tell you which one is the best, the healthiest for you and why.
Yeah. So that's where I can see a Gen AI pattern moving in, and you're enhancing the capabilities through that. What has it been like taking that step within your business, going from static data to real-time data now to something that's actually changing all the time? I mean, what have you been doing? How have you coped with that as an organization?
I mean, essentially you cannot do without it, It's how the industry is evolving, not only our industry, but all industries. And also the capacities are growing, with computational power, with generative AI, those technologies are actually enabling us to move faster, to provide better solutions, and to offer to the clients with something 5 or 10 years ago would mean months and years and millions of development, to do it in a better, faster way.
Brilliant. Look, Matt, I think it's been excellent talking to you. Really good products. Can't wait to see what the future's like with your business. Thanks ever so much for attending.
Peter, appreciate it. It was a real pleasure being here.
Thank you.